Billy Joe Saunders versus Chris Eubank Jr. Been asked this question so many times. Who do I think would win the fight? Okay, let's put it this way. I like Billy Joe Saunders. I think he's a very talented fighter, slick southpaw with good boxing skills. But I'm a bit concerned with how he keeps talking about Chris Eubank Jr. and how he keeps thinking he's going to smash up Chris Eubank Jr. And he's fully within his rights to believe he can beat Chris Eubank Jr. Whether he actually does it is another matter altogether. And on top of that, he's turned around and said that if he doesn't beat Chris Eubank Jr., that his dad will beat him with a chain. Now, those are some big talk. And there's an animosity building up there for Saunders towards Eubank Jr. And Eubank Jr. is playing the game that his father did. If you remember rightly, Chris Eubank was very antagonistic to Nigel Benn. He wanted Nigel Benn. He saw he could beat Nigel Benn. There was something in Nigel Benn he saw he could beat. And he fought a bunch of nobodies. Let's be honest, Eubank fought nobody. Knocked a guy out called Dos Santos in the first round. And Ben turned around and called him Mexican road sweepers and all the rest of it. And Ben was so fired up. He could not stand. He hated Chris Eubank. When it came to sign the contract, if people remember, with Nick Owen, and the two were in the room together to sign his contract, and you could see the amount of hate that Ben had for Chris Eubank. This is genuine hate and animosity. You think about all that energy, burning up all that energy, all that mental hatred towards somebody, and you put it in training, put it in sparring, you eat, drink, sleep this guy, you really hate them. And the guy at the other end is as cool, as calm as anything. You know, he's just playing the game. He's playing the game, you know. When he gets in, he can focus 100% on tactics, boxing ability. And I think that Eubank is going to get inside the head of Saunders so much that by the time come fight night, Saunders is just going to knock Eubank's block off. You're going to see Saunders getting counter-punched and given a boxing lesson to, and potentially getting stopped. So I think this match is not won, actually, what's in the gloves. I believe Eubank wins this fight in the head. And I also believe that Eubank Jr. has been sparring with some of the best middleweights and probably best super middleweights in the world, quietly. That's been happening. So, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. The little time I did spend with the Eubanks when I used to box myself in Sussex, the little time I spent with Chris, there is no way in hell that he would have his son boxing if he didn't believe his son could do something in the sport. And he wouldn't walk around proudly and make the statements he did. Eubank is a very proud man. He's not going to make a fool of himself. So you can be darn sure that Chris Eubank Jr. has been through hell and back as a fighter. And if any of you remember the Home with the Eubanks, remember that series? Even there where little Chris Jr. was talking about becoming a boxer. At that time, I think Lennox Lewis came around and started talking to him about becoming a boxer. And Lewis said, yeah, let him become a boxer. Yeah, let him box. Let him do what he wants to do. And Eubank was resistant at first. And then he started working with him in the gym. So I believe Chris will do the best he can for his son. Billy Joe Saunders, sorry about that. Billy Joe Saunders, sorry about that. Billy Joe Saunders, as far as I'm concerned, is a good fighter. But I think he can get emotional and can get distracted. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you people think. Do you think Billy Joe Saunders will get beat by Chris Eubank Jr.? And could you imagine Billy Joe Saunders has been British, Commonwealth, now European champion, and he gets beat by a guy who's got really no titles? Bad move.